Hey, this is Will. So in this video, I am not going to go through all of the different features, Mailchimp versus Activecampaign, but instead of that, I'm going to try and tell you how exactly do these two email marketing softwares differ and what are the things that you really need to understand about them to make the right decision. I have made another video on my main channel where I compare all of the different email marketing software, so I will leave a link down below in the description. Definitely check that video out. Also, I have special discounts for all of the softwares that I mentioned. So again, all of the links down below in the description. And every single week I give out one of my courses completely for free. So just subscribe to this channel and press thumbs up on this video to enter the competition. Now let's jump straight into the video. Alright, so first of all, we're going to start out with automations because honestly, I think automations are the most important probably aspect of email marketing. And when we look at Activecampaign, honestly, Activecampaign is by far the most advanced when it comes to automations from all email marketing softwares. And the reason why that is, it's basically because they provide you the most different tools within the automation workflows. And I'm not going to go through all of them, as you can see it for yourself. You have these different options. So I'll just mention a couple of things that other softwares don't have, and especially that Mailchimp don't have. So the first thing, and this depends really whether you're going to use it or not, but you can send, well, obviously you can send emails, but you can also send a site message, you can send an SMS, and you can send a notification email. So this is something that actually I don't think any other email marketing software provides. Usually you can just send an email and that's it as your action. But here, as you can see, site message and a text message, which it can be very, depending on whether you decide to use it or not, but it can be actually very, very useful. And another thing that is really important, something that Activecampaign provides and Mailchimp doesn't, is this split path. So what this means basically is, as you are pushing down basically your subscribers down your automation, you have them taking different actions. And let's say here, after you send out the first email, you want to basically split the path, and you can actually choose here. So if you press on this, as you can see, you can choose, well, actually you have even more options, but you can decide how many people, what you want the split to be. So if you want, you can do the split maybe 10%, 90%, but you can also just do it equally. And basically half of the people, let's say here, would go to this one path, and then half of the people would go to the other path. So this is very, very useful if you want to test out, for example, you are sending out different emails, or you're sending out same emails but with different subject line, and you want to see which subject line gets more open rates. So you can do that here. You can basically choose the two different paths and send out different subject lines. Perhaps you want to send out one email a day later and another email 2 days later and see which one actually gets more open rates. So basically it's split testing, A/B testing, however you want to call it, within your email marketing automation workflows. And this is very, very powerful because it can drastically help you to increase your open rates, your conversion, so on and so forth. And actually it's only Activecampaign, GetResponse, and Moosend out of all the email marketing softwares that provide you split testing within automations. So I'm not going to go through all of these conditions and all of that. As you can see here, we got the split testing, waiting, if else. So all of these are kind of the same that you will have on email automations. The one thing that you have a bit more, you have go-to, you have goals, and you have webhooks, performat. So it really kind of depends, but this is very advanced stuff, so I'm not going to touch too much on this. Couple of things as well to pay attention to. So when it comes to the actual sort of the actions based on your subscribers' actions, actions based on actions. So as you can see, you can basically, if someone took a specific action, perhaps they opened a specific email, they clicked on a specific link, you can subscribe them to a specific list, unsubscribe, so on and so forth, which is basically what you can do with all the email marketing softwares. So one thing that I think can be very useful is add to Facebook custom audience. So if you're running ads and let's say you send out a specific email and all of the people who open that email, you can add them to a specific Facebook audience, and then you can retarget them with Facebook ads because you know that they opened that specific email. So you can create an ad that basically, even in the ad, you can say, hey, I know you opened this email and you didn't maybe click on the link or whatever, and because of this, now I'm giving you out a specific discount, limited time discount, something like that. But I hope you see where this can be very, very powerful. Also, aside from that, just to mention quickly, if you are going to use CRM, Customer Relationship Manager, they do have that built in here. So this is the only, I would say, email marketing software that has all of the features that you will need in terms of automations and all of the other things I'll discuss that makes it really email marketing software. And it has CRM as well. So none of the other ones have that. They also have Salesforce integration. And as you can see here, you got a bunch of other different apps that you can easily integrate with, and you can include them within your automation. So this is something that's very, very cool as well. So one of the reasons why Activecampaign is so advanced is because of what they call recipes. So as you can see here, you got all of these different recipes, and what they mean basically is it's already pre-made automations that you can use with your email marketing, and they have some really cool stuff. So just to show you a quick example, let's say here we got share a campaign on social media incentive, or okay, this one, invite to follow when referred by social media. So if someone basically came and visited your website through a social media channel, let's say they came from Twitter, then you can automatically, all of that is being tracked, and then you can automatically send them out an email asking them to follow you on Twitter. So as you can see, this can be very, 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 very powerful if done right. You can really create some amazing advanced automations. And they actually have this place called the marketplace where you don't actually even need to create an account. You can just go to their marketplace and you can have a look for yourself of some of these different recipes. And a lot of them, as you can see, they might be connected with different apps. Let's say if you're using Shopify, if you are using Slack or Google Sheets, whatever it is, you can go through all of these categories and see some of these recipes for yourself and decide whether you are going to use a lot of them or not, because even though they have, I think they have, I believe it's over 600 recipes or perhaps even more than that. So it doesn't mean you're going to use all of them, but there are some that might be really powerful. And honestly, something as I showed you right here, something like this could be an app itself that you would be paying monthly fee for, but this already comes as a recipe with Activecampaign. When it comes to Mailchimp Automation, it has all of the main features, I would say, but at the same time, obviously it's not as advanced as Activecampaign. It's nothing to even compare with, and you will have most of the main things that you need. You can send out emails. You can, as you can see, you can wait so certain amount of time after you send out, when you send out the emails. You can add and remove tags, and you can add or remove from a group. One thing that's missing here a little bit that you have on some of the other email marketing automations that I wish Mailchimp had, instead of just add or remove from a group, sometimes I just want to copy people to a group, because sometimes I want to have that one user on maybe couple or even few different groups, and then I am going to put them in different automations. So this is something that Mailchimp is lacking. And also one really big thing here, so as someone is going down your automation, and here you can basically set a condition. They call it if or else. And for example, let's say here we got campaign activity and we got clicked. And basically we can choose a campaign. So this was I just called it first email, so this was the email that we sent out previously. And I can basically just choose whether this email was clicked or not. But what some of the other email marketing softwares provide you, and Activecampaign does as well, you can choose if a specific link within the specific email has been clicked. Because sometimes you might send out an email where you have a few different links. You might have, let's say, your social media links, and you don't really care if someone clicks on your social media links. You really care, let's say, if you're sending out that offer, that specific offer, you want to see whether people actually clicked on that offer. And based on that, then if they didn't click, you might want to send out additional emails that are going to incentivize them a bit more to click on your offer, so on and so forth. And this is something that Mailchimp doesn't allow you to do within their automations. And it really frustrates me because I think that is so important, and I don't know why they don't do that. But aside from that, when it comes to just main things, moving, sending out emails, waiting certain days, moving people to one direction or other direction, the basic things you will find on Mailchimp. Now, when it comes to landing page builder with Activecampaign, as you can see, you can build out a really nice looking landing page. It's obviously not going to be as advanced in an actual landing page builder. And when it comes to all of these sections and so on, you have most of the essential things, but it's nothing extraordinary. It's nothing super advanced or anything like that. The one thing that I do like with Activecampaign that's different from other email marketing software's landing pages is that, for example, we have this image here, and we can actually just take it. We can just resize the image, and if we want, we can also change sort of where we want to put this image. So let's say here, I want to change this space. So as you can see now, we can move this image around here, and we can basically just have it a little bit more customized. And we can do the same with the button as well. So for example here, if we want, I can prolong this, and then I can move this button around, and I can expand it if we want to. The only thing is, I wish I could take, for example, this image, and I wish I could move it elsewhere, but I can't really move it. It still has to be within this sort of block. So that's one thing that I wish was a bit different, but they really have a nice interface, and this allows you a little bit more customization, which none of the other email marketing software landing page builders do, except GetResponse. GetResponse is basically a mix between email marketing software and a landing page builder. So their landing page builder is super advanced, and you can customize a lot more. But I would say Activecampaign really probably goes as number 2 after GetResponse. When it comes to Mailchimp, I absolutely hate their landing page builder. It's super old school. I mean, you can still build out a decent looking landing page, but honestly, you will not be able to customize as much. And for example, here, let's say we have a section with images. I can't just click on the image and just resize it. I need to click on the image, then it opens on the side, and within here, then I need to be resizing the image, and that just takes a lot of time and just makes things a lot more difficult. And in general, you're not going to be able to customize as much. So really, I don't quite like the landing page builder when it comes to Mailchimp. When it comes to landing page templates, Activecampaign does have a few templates, as you can see right here. It's nothing crazy, not too many, but they do have some really nice and modern looking designs, so I do have to give some props. And this can be very useful if you're going to use the landing page builder and you're not a designer, or even if you are a designer actually. This can save up a lot of time, and sometimes you can just insert a template, change up the text a bit, change up the images, and that is it, rather than building out everything from scratch. When it comes to Mailchimp, they have 10 templates in total, as you can see. and they are really super simplistic. It really doesn't help you much whatsoever. So when it comes to templates with Mailchimp, really I would say you are on your own. When it comes to forms, form builder, Activecampaign has basically a standard. Most of these email marketing softwares honestly are going to have a standard form builder. It's only again GetResponse that has a super advanced builder, and MailerLite actually allows you to do a little bit more as well. But other than that, all of these form builders are pretty much the same, to be honest. The only thing I will say about Activecampaign that if we compare this to Mailchimp, which Mailchimp, again, I really just don't like the design, and you can't really customize that much. It's not that you can customize more with Activecampaign per se, but I do like just the interface itself. All of these options that you see here on the side, they do allow you to, well, it basically just makes it a little bit easier to create these forms. So not a huge difference between the two in terms of what is the end result. But in terms of the workflow, I would say it is easier to do it with Activecampaign. All right, so now when it comes to building out your newsletters, email campaigns, most of these email newsletter builders, they are honestly pretty the same. You can't really go too advanced, but they do differ a little bit. So when we look at Activecampaign here, I do have to give them props. Again, I just love the interface. It makes it very simple to actually customize everything and build out some really nice looking newsletters. When it comes to Mailchimp, again, it just looks a little bit old school and it's not as easy, honestly, to customize things. So one thing to pay attention to is, for example, here, again, if I press on this image here and I want to resize it, I can't just resize it on the front end, so to say. I need to come here on the side and I need to be resizing it, which again takes just more time, makes things more difficult. Whereas with Activecampaign, if I press on the image here, as you can see on the side here, now I have this icon, so I can easily resize this image and see how exactly it looks like. So this makes the whole process a lot easier. And another thing that I want to mention as well that's different, that's pretty cool, is as you can see here, you got your blocks. So in terms of blocks, as you can see, Mailchimp and Activecampaign, they pretty much have same amount of the blocks that you can choose from. But the cool thing is here you have the saved section. So basically, if you combine a few blocks together and you create something really cool, then you can save it out and you can have these saved blocks that later on when you're creating your newsletters, you can just insert them, and that can help out a lot to save up time. Okay, now a few things that are very specific just for Activecampaign that you can only do on Activecampaign. So the first one, super powerful thing, is that you have, when you're sending out your emails, you have this option for reply tracking. So what this means is basically if you send out an email and someone replies to that email, you can, as you can see here, you can choose your automations. So you can put them automatically into a specific automation and then have emails automatically being sent out to them. And that is super powerful, and it's only Activecampaign out of all the email marketing softwares that allow you to do this. And depending on your business, what exactly you're going to use this for, if you're using this for, let's say, cold emails, then this is super powerful. Rather than doing it manually and seeing who's replying to your emails, once someone replies, you automatically put them into a certain automation. So this feature alone, I would say, it might be worth using Activecampaign for. Another super cool feature that's, again, super useful as well. Basically, you have this side section here on Activecampaign dashboard, and within here, you have tracking. And what this means is you basically get this little code that Activecampaign provides you, and you can put that on your website. And if someone goes on a specific page, you can start an automation that you're going to send them out specific emails. And that again is just, it creates so many different opportunities. So let's say if someone came on, for example, let's say you have specific services and someone visited that page, then you know that they are interested in those services, and you can send them out emails that, hey, I saw you were checking out our services page, here is some sort of offer or whatever exactly it is. So I hope you understand how powerful this really can be. And again, this is the only email marketing software that allows you to do this. And this, again, this one feature might be the only reason why it's worth, or not the only reason, but reason enough for you to use Activecampaign as your email marketing software. So I'm not going to go too deep into this because not everyone is going to use this, but you also have contact scoring within Activecampaign. So as you can see here, you can basically choose what exactly it is. So let's say when someone ends an automation, they go through automation, then you can add a specific score, or you can add also, as you can see, you have all of these different actions. You have site, events, geography, contact details, so on and so forth. So let's say here we want to say has clicked on a link, and then we can choose in which campaign, any link or a specific link, so on and so forth, whether they need to have both of these options or one or the other. And then you can give them certain scores, and then basically you just know which contacts have what score, and then you can approach them depending on that. Another thing that is very specific for Activecampaign as well, that none of the other email marketing softwares have, and I'm not going to go deep into this, but just for you to know, you basically have the CRM tool, what I mentioned already before. And within here, you can create your pipelines and your deals. And basically, as you can see, you have, let's say, to contact someone, and then you have all of the details, exactly what the deal is, and so on and so forth. And then you have the next step where it's in contact, then you have the follow-up, so on and so forth. And you can create all of these different sections and basically have everything in one place where exactly you are with that specific lead. Also, another quick thing as well, they have this conversations feature on Activecampaign. So basically this also allows you to have a live chat, and there are other apps that allow you to have live chat as well, but now you can do it with Activecampaign and you don't need any additional apps for that. Mailchimp does have one feature as well that is something that Activecampaign doesn't have, and it's out of all the email marketing softwares, it's actually only Mailchimp and MailerLite that have this option, and that is to build out a website. So not just landing pages, but an actual website. So as you can see here, we have basically the menu, and within the menu we can add the different pages. So when someone comes, you can have your, let's say, homepage, your portfolio page, your services page, your about page, so on and so forth. And when it comes to this actual website builder, honestly, it's very simplistic. As you can see here, let's say we have this section here. Let me just go back, and if you go to layout, as you can see here, we can basically just have the text on one side, or the image and the image on one side, or the other way around, and that is kind of it. So they don't really have much customization. I'm not that impressed, to be honest. I mean, as you can see, you can still build out somewhat nice page, but honestly, you're really not going to be that, you're not going to have that much customization. So if you're really going to build out a website, Mailchimp does have that option, but honestly, most likely I would say go with some other tool that's actually for building out websites. Even if you have very little budget, you could go with Mailchimp, but I would really advise to actually use a proper tool. Now, when it comes to overall ease of use, user experience, I do have to give a lot of props to Activecampaign. They have a lot of stuff going on. They are super advanced. They're the most advanced email marketing software. But at the same time, they have made everything fairly easy to use, all of these different sections and all of that. and they do have tutorials on every single step. So I would say there is a little bit of a learning curve, but honestly, it's not too bad. On the other hand, when it comes to Mailchimp, they honestly, I would say out of all the email marketing softwares, they have probably the least things, but for some reason, they have made it very, very complex. So to go through all of these different things, I don't know why, but I really don't like their user experience. The one thing I have to give them props for, they do have really nice looking interface. It's very beautiful, but when it comes to the learning curve and all of that, I think they have made it complex for really no reason. So now when it comes to pricing, when we look at Mailchimp, they actually have a completely free plan and you can have up to 2,000 contacts. The only thing is you can only send 12,000 emails, so that's something to keep in mind. And also another thing is you are limited in terms of what you can do with this free plan. So do keep that in mind if you're looking for a free plan, because as you can see, you don't have multi-step journeys, you don't have A/B testing and all of these things, customer journey builder plus branching options. So really you don't quite get the automation and all of that with the free plan. So the free plan is definitely not the best out there. I have made another video about MailerLite, comparing MailerLite with Mailchimp. If you really just want to go with the free plan to start out with, then definitely look at MailerLite instead of Mailchimp, and I will leave the links for the video, or just find it on my channel. And when it comes to other plans, they have two different options. Well, they have three different options, but for most of the people, they have essential option and they have the standard option. And honestly, most likely you will want to go with the standard option, because in the standard option, you are actually getting all of the automation tools. And there's really no point of using email marketing software if you don't have all of the automation tools. So really, and also to compare it and to really be able to compare this to Activecampaign, I can't really compare it to the essential plan. So I would say that, as you can see, also they say they recommend this plan. I would say most of the people are going to go with the standard plan. And if you look at the standard plan and we look at 10,000 contacts, you can see this is going to cost you $103 per month. And honestly, if you haven't understood quite yet from everything I've been saying about Mailchimp, I think they are way overpriced. I think Mailchimp, I don't know whether they're the oldest email marketing software, but they are the most well-known. And I think they're taking advantage of that, and because of that, they are charging a lot of money, whereas they are not providing as many features. There are definitely better tools than Mailchimp that cost less money. Some of them cost half of the money, and they're actually better. When it comes to Activecampaign, as you can see here, if we choose 10,000 contacts as well, they have three different plans. And they are, as you can see, they are a lot more expensive. It starts at $155 for the light plan, $250 for the plus, and professional $350. However, as I already mentioned, Activecampaign is basically the most advanced email marketing software. And as you saw, they have all of these different automation recipes, the site tracking, the reply tracking, so on and so forth. So some of these things you would need to get a bunch of different apps that you would be paying every single month for. So honestly, when you take all of those things into consideration, it might seem like a lot of money, but really for the value that you're getting and how much it might help out with your business, how many more conversions you might get because of these additional features, I think it is honestly a really good value, especially if we compare this to something like Mailchimp that costs $103 and what features they provide, and we compare that to Activecampaign, then really it's not that much of a difference, and definitely way better value. One thing to keep in mind though, that you do need to look at these different plans, what exactly they are providing. The Light Plan provides a lot of different things. As you can see, you have your marketing automations, which is sort of the most important thing. And you actually have the site and event tracking, which is something that I talked that is very, very powerful that other email marketing softwares don't provide. However, as you can see here in the Plus plan, you got landing pages and Facebook custom audiences, which is something that's very, very important. So if you are going to use landing pages, if you want to use landing pages, then just keep in mind that the Light plan is not going to be enough for you and you will need to go with the Plus plan. Also, when it comes to Professional plan, again, there are so many different features, but a couple to mention here. As you can see, only on this plan you got split automation, something I mentioned before, and site messages as well. If you want specific messages on sites based on customer interactions on your site, you'll only have that on Professional plan. So again, go through all of these different ones because there is quite a bit, but do pay attention that you don't quite get all of the features on the Light plan, and depending again what are your business needs, you can see yourself which one is better for you. And another thing just to mention really quick, if we look here, so you can see also you have annual pricing. So if you are going to get the annual pricing, as you can see, the Light plan then is only $125, the Plus $200, and the Professional $280. So really, Light plan $125 compared to Mailchimp $103. Really almost the same for way more features. So hope you found this video useful. As I said, I have made another video on my main channel where I compare all of the different email marketing software, so definitely check that video out. In general, if you want some tips and strategies on digital marketing, online business, all that good stuff, check out my main channel. Also, as I mentioned, I do have special discounts and promotions bonuses for all of the different email marketing software, so check out all of the links down below. If you found this video useful, make sure to press thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, put on those notifications. Stay awesome, and I'll see you soon.